Yeah, it's your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is February 21st, 2019. Shout out to my man, Truth Monster, for what sounds to me as some 80s rock, Andy Scott, Krugerrands. We're going to rock out to this today, people. Hope you guys are doing well. What's good, people? Today, we are going to be talking about Ethereum again on this episode of My Two Satoshis. Man, the top developer, one of the top developers, I've mentioned his name many times in articles over the past year and a half. Afri Schoedon, he's one of the lead developers, or was, I should say, for Ethereum. He's quit. He has quit the Ethereum community. He's just dropped off. We're going to look at why. And also, I'm going to touch on Ethereum's daily block rewards. It's at its lowest, I think, ever, or at least since 2016. Or maybe even earlier than that. So we're going to take a look at what's going on with Ethereum. On the contrary, we've got, I don't know, have you guys ever heard of this startup? It's almost like a Reddit type of website called Tapatalk. I've never heard of it, but evidently they've got over 300 million users, right? And the crazy thing is, like I said, I've never heard of this company, but they've implemented EOS. So they're going to use EOS, and I'm going to explain exactly how they're integrating EOS into their platform. And we'll take a look at that in a minute as well. But first, let's go ahead and take a look at the market cap. So we're currently at 133 billion. Bitcoin's dominance is at 52.03%. And again, just kind of flatlining right now. And if I zoom out here to a larger time frame, we can see, let's do 2 months here, and we'll see how this all pans out. So as you can see, we've just got lockstep up here. Now again, what we have to get above is this area right here. So if we can't get above there, then we're heading back lower, people. We're heading back lower. So that's where we are with things. And of course, we know that Bitcoin kind of correlates with the market cap as well, or vice versa, whichever way you like to look at it. And so with Bitcoin, as you can see, not going to be able to show you guys what's going on because we're currently in a position from the algo perspective. But as you can see, the same pattern, just a lockstep move up. If we don't get above that area here, then we're going to be heading lower. Not saying heading lower below 3,000 though. That's the thing. I don't think we're going to head lower than 3,000. But let's see what happens in the next few weeks. And these are the stats, ongoing performance stats for the Bitcoin algo dating back to December 31st of 2017. So as you can see, strong performance, 300%, 390% up until today, with a profit factor of 2.25. So that's very good. So let's just see what happens here. I'll try to update you guys tomorrow or in the next couple of days with any updates in price action. So let's first take a look at this Invest in Blockchain article, and it's about the top dev, my man Afri Schoedon. He has decided to leave the Ethereum group as a developer. Let's take a look at what it says here. While the price of Ethereum has been on a tear as of late, seeing a near 20% increase in the price from 121 to 149 in the past 7 days, some troubling issues for the network and Ethereum Foundation have arisen as well. It says here that first off, on February 17th, the Ethereum network recorded its lowest daily block rewards since its launch in 2015. For the first time ever, the reward dropped to 12,986 ETH as the total supply reached 104 million ETH. This drop has reflected on the hash rate, indicating there are fewer miners securing the network. Commenting on this drop in block rewards was eToro's Maddie Greenspan, who attributed the declining block rewards to the delay of Constantinople upgrade, which had been scheduled for January 16th. However, the drop in block rewards isn't all bad. As Greenspan points out, it decreases supply and increases demand for ETH. Greenspan shared these thoughts via Twitter. I wonder if he's any relation to Alan Greenspan, which is who Bix Weir says created Bitcoin. Oh my God. This guy, Maddie Greenspan, says, This is the chart that kind of started this whole rally. New Ether coming online is less than 13,000 for the first time in history. Usually it's between 20,000 to 30K a day, but has been declining lately due to the delay of Constantinople hard fork. Yeah, that's what I said the other day. Less supply plus steady demand equals a higher price. But I personally don't think this will last long. I'm just letting you guys know, if they don't get their act together, you will see prices go lower at some point. I'm still believing that we will see Ethereum below 70, 60 bucks in the next year or so. But let's see. I could be wrong, definitely. The second piece of troubling news, the article says, is the departure of Afri Schoedon, a core Ethereum developer who announced he will no longer be working on Ethereum on February 19th. Schoedon's sudden departure comes just 1 week before the scheduled Constantinople hard fork upgrade on February 28th. It says upon his departure, the core ETH dev announced via Twitter that he will no longer coordinate hard forks, build testnets, or make any contributions to the Ethereum Foundation. His tweet, that has since been deleted by the way, said, "I did not quit social media, I quit Ethereum. I did not go dark, I just left the community. I am no longer coordinating hard forks, building testnets, or contributing otherwise. I did not work on Polkadot. I never did. I worked on Ethereum. I did not hate Ethereum. I loved it." Schoedon worked on Ethereum since 2015 and is largely known for his work on the parody Ethereum client. He was also a moderator on the Ethereum Reddit page and made large contributions to the network. It remains unclear as to why Schoedon quit Ethereum, but it's been debated among the community that he left due to persistent criticism on social media or possibly to work for another project. While some people in the community are happy to see him leave, others believe he was a critical piece of Ethereum and will be missed. Wow, what do you guys think? Do you think this will affect Ethereum in the long run? I don't think so. Personally, I don't think it's going to affect it in the long run because, the Ethereum Foundation is a group of individuals. It's not solely weighted on one person, though he may have had a big impact or influence in the development of Ethereum. I don't think that it's game over, or that's the reason why it's game over for Ethereum. Not at all. I'm just curious as to see what his next move is. It'd be interesting to see what project he jumps on next, what blockchain project I should say. EOS, anyone? The second article is out of Crypto Insider, and it is about EOS. So again, I don't know if you guys ever heard of this company called Tapatalk. I've never heard of it, but evidently they've got 300 million users, which is up there with Twitter and Reddit. So let's see what this article is talking about. It says Reddit competitor introduces EOS token to its 300 million users. The company is based in Los Angeles and is backed by venture capital, employs 40 engineers in the US and Asia, and is cash flow positive. But it says here Tapatalk's mobile first app for forum users and their members is used by over 200,000 forums in 186 countries. Those forums that have connected to Tapatalk have an aggregated registered user base of around 300 million people, in the range of Twitter and Reddit. When Crypto Insider first read this, the initial thought that came to mind was there must be a typo somewhere or an exaggeration. No one at the Crypto Insider had ever heard of this forum app that has a user base on par with Twitter and Reddit. We were intrigued to find out more about the company and its tokenization initiative, so they interviewed Winter Wong, the CEO. So Crypto Insider asks here, Tapatalk has 300 million users and yet we had never heard of it before. How is it possible? Mr. Wong said, "We are a niche service. We provide an integrated interface and a mobile app for the communities from around the world that before oftentimes were being hosted on local servers. The introduction of blockchain is quite a natural step for us," he says. "We had previously introduced gold points as in-platform rewards. Now placing them on the blockchain will enable micropayments and make them more fungible. Mr. Wong says they do not have plans to do an ICO, but eventually he would like gold points to be listed on exchanges to make them more liquid. And so this is where EOS comes into play here, guys. The gold point wallet is being built on the EOS platform and should be released later in February. The end users will not notice the change. Everything is being implemented on the back end. It doesn't affect the user interface. We started reaching out to the community managers, educating them about the benefits of this initiative. We are starting off with crypto-related communities such as Moon Forum. A lot of times companies announce about blockchain initiatives for ulterior motives, such as an increase in the market cap or investor valuation, and to help with fundraising. Crypto Insider asks, do you have any of these reasons on the back of your mind? He says, no, not really. We have been investing a lot in infrastructure. It just makes sense. So it looks like they didn't really have to consult with the VCs that back their company. They just completely trust their decision and support them, it looks like. Crypto Insider asks, why EOS? Don't you have to pre-buy about $2 million worth of EOS tokens? EOS has good APIs. It's scalable and affordable. No, not at all. We had to stake a relatively small amount. It's in the 5 figures. So what they're talking about there, guys, is why I like EOS is because it's switched around. It would be no way for a Tapatalk to implement Ethereum in this manner because it would force the end users to know about cryptocurrencies, know about Ethereum, have enough Ethereum in their wallets to do gas and all of that. So in this scenario, they can behind the scenes implement the EOS token and code and all that without the end user even having to know. All they have to do is stake the proper amount of tokens to run their application, their decentralized app. Crypto Insider also asked Mr. Wong about Facebook being criticized about censorship and asked did they have any censorship or moderating content. He said, we don't. It's in the interest of the community managers to moderate content. And lastly, the CEO of Tapatalk says here, our combined user base is on par with Twitter and Reddit. We are building a decentralized social network with more equitable reward distribution. We are competing both with traditional social networks and decentralized ones such as Steemit. We have researched Steem quite a bit. Our biggest advantage over Steemit and other decentralized social networks is that we are not starting with zero. We have an existing user base and we are just adding features. Man, this is a very under the radar event right here, people. So you guys go check that out. That's like saying a Twitter adopted EOS. Or Reddit adopted EOS and integrated it. Same thing. They almost have the same amount of users, so it's going to have the same amount of impact. So, man, this is great. I think this is a big win for EOS, and you'll continue to see these types of things happen because EOS is a superior blockchain over anything else in the market right now. Hands down. So you guys let me know your thoughts about that. I had never heard of Tapatalk at all. It's crazy. 300 million users. I'm gonna have to go check them out though for sure. Let me know your opinions about this whole EOS Tapatalk thing going on here. Also, let me know about your thoughts on Afri, one of the lead Ethereum developers, leaving the camp. That can't be good. I wonder where he's going. That's my curiosity on the whole situation. But that's pretty much it, guys. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Click that bell, all that good stuff. I want to give a shout out again to my man Truth Monster for this 80s rock. Well, it sounds like some 80s rock. Andy Scott, Krugerrands. It's your boy Crypto Blood. And that's my 2 Satoshis for February 21st, 2019. I'm out of here, people. Holla!